Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana was one of the 10 Republican lawmakers who met with President Biden yesterday. He joins us now this morning. Good morning to you, Senator. It's very good to see you. I want to pick up with Senator Collins, who said that the meeting was frank and it was useful. It was 2 hours, so that seems like quite a bit of time. What was your take on the meeting?
Exactly that, and I would add a little bit more. It set the stage for going forward. We obviously have disagreements in numbers. And the president said, okay, we'll send you that which we are basing our numbers on, and we will, the senators will send the administration the facts that we're basing our numbers on. Ideally, if we have a common set of facts, we come to a common perception of how much need there is and therefore how much to spend. And
let's start with the numbers, because I've heard Team Biden say this, that, listen, we didn't make these numbers up willy-nilly. We went line by line. We want the moment to be met at this particular time, and that was the number they came up to meet the need. Shouldn't they have a good starting point of a number? Isn't that a good idea? Go big, they say.
It is a good idea, but let's just take schools. They want $135 billion with a B for K through 12. Now, the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, has said you need about, worst case scenario, $455 per student to reopen schools. Congress has already given over $1,000 per student. Almost, if you all add it up, 2.5 times more than the CDC said was necessary. Now, we put $20 billion in our package, which increases it even further. But you have to ask yourself, if we're 2 to 3 to 4 times what the CDC says is needed, why do you need $135 billion?
I know, Senator.
The president said he would give us the numbers.
I know, but we could get bogged down with the numbers. But I think the thing that people keep talking about is the need of the American people who are hurting at this time, who need the money right now. And if we go with the Republican plan, what's not to say that, a couple months from now we'll be right back where we started? So why not start out now where people are in need at this particular time right now?
Let's look at this Let's look at it. Congress has, since we started in March, if we took March all the way through March with what the president is now proposing, a family in Louisiana could have received reasonably $80,000 to $110,000 in benefits, most of which are tax-free. Now, if we don't include the president, it's going to proposal will be roughly around $70,000 to $85,000 in tax-free benefits. Now, the median income for a family of 4 in Louisiana, if I remember correctly, is somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000 before taxes. So we've really provided pretty well for the American people. If you look at the indicators for the American family, credit card debt is down, saving rates are up, mortgage delinquency is down. The American family has, and that's through all income quintiles. So we've actually done a pretty good job of meeting the needs of the American people. It's more rhetoric to say that, oh my gosh, the house is on fire, when in reality, if you look at what the data is from the Fed, the families are doing pretty well based upon what we've already done.
Well, I think, Senator, I think a lot of families would say they're still struggling. The Democrats have signaled that they can push this bill through with or without Republican votes. Do you see room for compromise here?
I sure hope so. There's been 5 COVID relief packages passed with a Republican president and a Republican Senate, which have been bipartisan. 5 of them. Now, all of a sudden, the 6th can't be bipartisan. Now, that's a little bit kind of ironic because the president's message has been a call for unity and bipartisanship. We had bipartisanship for the first 5, and it's out the window on the 6th. It seems like we should be able to come together, but it would start with having a common set of facts and suppositions by which we could make our decisions.
Senator, I want to ask you about some remarks that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell made calling out freshman Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene He said, quote, loony lies and conspiracy theories, which are a cancer for the Republican Party and our country. That's what he called some of her remarks. What is your reaction to what he said?
I agree with him entirely. We have to move beyond what someone thinks might be true because it's on the internet into what is true as best as we can understand it. And that is the only way we begin to bridge the tribalism that afflicts our country right now. I'm a doctor. My whole training is we need to base things on facts. I agree wholeheartedly with what the leader has said.
How do you move beyond that?
Now, you start with facts. I guess the theme of this conversation has been that it can't just be because you want something to be true. It has to be what you know to be true, as best as you can know it. In my devotional, I was reading The Imitation of Christ today, and in there it speaks about knowing truth. We need to know as best we can truth and then make our decisions.
But, Senator, you know, a lot of senators aren't saying what you and Mitch McConnell are saying out loud publicly. Do you think there needs to be more people who are saying out loud, we got to stick to the facts? It seems many people are running for the hills instead of really saying about her comments, this is just outrageous. What do you think should be done about that?
Well, the leader only said that last night, so I suspect you'll find a lot of senators agreeing with that today. But, you know, who said, was it Reagan, facts are pesky things? They just tend to, you know, hang with you. So the idea that we've got all these conspiracies that are being pushed on the internet as being absolutely truth, hopefully folks will pause. Is it true? Best as I can tell, it's not, and then we go forward. It's the way we come forward as a country as well.
All right. Hopefully you and others will speak up, because the facts really do matter here. Thank you very much, sir, for your time this morning. We appreciate it.